Hello, it's Smitty, and welcome to my 2023 game room tour. So, like every game room tour, I'm going to start off with an overview of the room, going down my crazy looking stairs. I just bought a new house a little bit ago, a little bit more than 6 months ago, and I have a lot bigger basement. I'm going to show you with the lights off and show you with the lights on. That's just a regular bathroom. Nice little Black Panther display, some of my comic books, a framed photo I made, which I'll show a little bit more in the light. Got some turtle stuff up there. Gotta get another hanging shelf, but I'm going on vacation next week, in like 5 days, so I can't really show that off. This is just a maintenance room that I have ship out some of my Pokemon products, which again I'll talk a little bit more about. These were in my previous game room. Here's kind of the main kind of hangout area for the kiosk. Again, you'll see a lot more in the light. Got my arcades over by the patio door. Goes out to my pool right there. Yes, I do have a in-ground pool. Those will be on when the lights come back on. Here's my Pokemon section right here. Gotten more into buying and selling Pokemon, making it a semi-business out of it. There's my Switch kiosk. I'll show that a little bit more full effect in just a moment. My daughter is huge into anime, so we collected My Hero Academia Funko Pops. She's not so much into it now, so that's there. This is kind of my wife's area. She let me have this full basement. She said she wanted this for her craft room stuff, so she's got a desk and does her craft room stuff out of there. And this is the main gaming section with the illuminated lights and all that stuff. Games and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle stuff there. Lots of games here. And again, I will show you what it looks like more in just a second. Okay, we are back at the stairs. Did a lot of work to this area to make it where it's at now. These walls were all yellow, which I will show in another video into what I was been up to lately. I've been very busy doing a lot of stuff, but here's this Kendrick Lamar thing. That's a little inspirational thing for me. A lot of you guys don't know, I went back to school. I will be starting my MBA probably right before fall, so in August is the plan where I'll be starting that. It's just a regular bathroom, have some Kirby stuff in there because that's something that's for my mom, kind of a shrine for my mom. For a while I was into buying and selling comic books. I'm really not doing that much now, but I do still have some things that really are more keepsakes and sentimental to me. Fantastic Four issue 1 reprint. I wish I had a 9.8 of that. I'd be super rich. But a lot of these are reprints besides the Avengers right there. But yeah, these are all original in here. Black Panther shelf. I got this shelf off of Facebook Marketplace for, I want to say, $40, and it's way better than the IKEA ones. You can open it up, slide it open. Like this specific one's pretty dope. So I really like that, but keep it shut because my daughter is a thief and she would definitely take all this stuff. So definitely built up a Black Panther collection. Here, down there is my M'Baku stuff, and actually I'm missing 2 books. Hopefully at some point I get them back, but at this point I'm kind of not counting on it. But here's just a generic hallway ran out of space to put Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle stuff, so got some sentimental stuff here. Issue 1, 4th printing. Here are this Canadian Montreal right there, printing of that, and that is at a Comic-Con for the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Here are some reprints down here for the first 4 issues. Did not get those graded well, but at some point they will get a little bit up still for keepsake. In anime, my daughter was heavily into My Hero for a while. She's now a teenager officially, so she's gotten a little out of that and more into like Demon Slayer and darker stuff. I will catch back up on this stuff, but I want to go into this main room here, give a little look around with the light on, and then I will take the couch out and get a little bit more in depth with stuff. If you hear that noise, that is my washer or my dryer going. It's a little bit loud. All right, gonna move the couch and get a little bit closer. Stay tuned. Okay, we're back and want to kind of start with the, I guess, right side of the door and then go to the left. I still have a bunch of stuff. Actually got at Toys R Us when it was closing down. Got a handful of stuff hanging from the wall. It's really sad that I actually ran out of the room for my Bayonetta 3 and I had to put that there. Got some collector's edition, a couple boxed Game Cubes. This awesome Super Luigi U, because I'm a huge Luigi fan. One, because we're both younger, taller, better looking brothers. So, yeah. Anyways, for a while I was heavy into collecting for the Wii. So I do have all the variants. The Wii, still a really great console, I just don't really play it much. And I'm not into collecting the retro stuff like I used to. Do have some actual boxes for some of these. And then the made ones here. Nothing really too crazy in this 64 stack here. Right here for my Super Nintendo. That's kind of my bigger collection for my retro stuff. Obviously it's not much, but they're heavy hitters. Lufia 2, Final Fantasy, Dragon View. Extremely heavy hitters for those consoles. I still have a couple Genesis games and Master System games. But into the handhelds, that's a lot of where my big value comes from. My collection, according to the app I use, CLC, worth about $50,000 for the collection, not including the kiosk or anything. And I definitely have some heavy hitters in here. I don't have much for Dreamcast anymore. I did sell some of my Dreamcast games, mainly because I do have the emulator, and two, it was time to let it go. Again, I have a pretty massive Wii collection. I believe it's 3rd biggest according to the app, and about the 3rd or 4th most valuable out of the Wii games. I would definitely like the Kirby Dream Collection. The Tatsunoko vs. Capcom is actually a really addictive game. If you haven't played it, if you have a Wii, I 100% highly suggest that. Never played the last story. I do want to try that out at some point. And of course the Metro Prime trilogies and all that stuff. And then down here is my kind of minuscule PS3 games right here, and PS2. I do not collect for those consoles really anymore. Just mainly because I have a PS2, I just will never probably ever plug it back in and play it again. A lot of people know I'm a huge Switch fan. If you see my Switch collection, not much has changed from that besides a couple here and there games. So if you want to in depth with the Switch, check out that video. I'll link it below. Definitely have the mini consoles. They're all, so these two are in box, modded and ready to go. They're ready to plug in, as well as the Sega Genesis Mini and the PlayStation Classic. All of them are modded and everything's in there ready to go whenever I want to play them on a HD console. Only one of the big newer games I have is, if it focuses, Oceanhorn 2. It's probably not going to focus well. So, Oceanhorn 2 limited run game. My wife beat game 1 and game 2, and I am really sad to say that my wife probably plays more video games than me lately. But other than that, I really need to continue playing Violet. Got the Japanese version, which I will explain later in the video why I got that. But for people that want to play their games portably over here, the GPI case is pretty good. It's got RetroPie in it. You can play anything up to like basically PlayStation 1 pretty comfortably. Other than that, again, these are on the Switch collection. Don't have much of a Wii U collection anymore. Sold a lot of the games that are on the Switch, because for a while I wanted to get a full Wii U collection. I decided against that. Up here, some these are from GameStop. This is my wife and I, about 5 years ago when we got married, obviously. Up here, just want to show this off real quick. I got these from the Loot Crates. The Loot Crate is a mixed experience. It was one, very profitable. I did not go in it intentionally meaning to sell it, but after a while I only kept a couple of the figures I wanted. But it did take a very long time to get the product in. But for a while I was going a little bit crazy on the NECA TMNT stuff. Definitely trimmed it down a bit. I do still have some, and I'll show you where I have some hidden in a little bit. Right here is my main collector's edition shelf. Starting off with the Tears of the Kingdom collector's edition, the special edition of Breath of the Wild, my Luigi hat because I'm a huge Luigi fan. Here's kind of my shrine to the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Huge fan, obviously. I try to keep it all Nintendo on this one because I do have some TMNT games for the PlayStation. Did not want that on there. And here, Scott Pilgrim fan. So I got two shelves dedicated to it, mainly because it would not fit on one shelf. So that is a sealed complete edition. A Scott Pilgrim, the sodas there for Todd Ingram and Scott Pilgrim. Matthew Patel and Demon Chick right there. And then all of the books in this cool collector's sleeve. Down here is the Scott Pilgrim Precious little card game. Knives Chow cereal box with the Funko in it. And the soda, along with the complete edition, the bigger collector's edition with the suitcase. And it has everything included in there. Again, that one's sealed. This one's not, but all the contents are in there. And I do have the game digitally, so I do not need that. If I had it, I wish I bought it secondhand. It came open. I got a pretty good price on it. Down here are some more Switch collector's editions. Xenoblade Chronicles 1, 2, and 3. Metroid Dread, fun game. Wish the box was in better condition, but I ended up getting this for about, it was like $45, so I couldn't pass it up. Not in the greatest condition. These are still sealed, along with the Fire Emblem 30 years. Some of my bigger games here as well. River City Girls, Shantae, both of those. The Doom classic collection there. A couple more collector's editions for the Switch there. My bass right there. Wireless to go with my soundbar. Sony branded. Show you in a little bit. Reliable, never actually touched those out the box. And here is an Alienware computer where I have my media library on here, as well as my Steam library as well. Huge kind of tech guy, so I have a lot of tech. A lot of it I wish I used more. There is my PlayStation 5. I do have the white and the blue controller. Bought that from GameStop. There is my camera for open up this drawer. PlayStation 3. We do shooting games out of here periodically, and it is super fun to play. What's that game? Blinking. Give me 1 second. Time Crisis. Time Crisis on here with the PlayStation Eye. Super fun. There is a Steam Deck. I do also have PlayStation 3 games on there, along with obviously Steam games and some emulators. I do have some Wii U games on here as well. I'll be very honest, haven't touched this thing in at least 2 to 3 months, but I do have a switcher here to switch between those two consoles. My PlayStation 5 just went into rest mode, as well as this monitor here. Typically what happened here is that is the family switch, that is my switch. And also I have 4 other switches, but I usually play on the small TV while my wife plays on the big TV when we want to try to play a little bit of game together. There is my Sony soundbar. Here's my Sony TV. I will get something on it in just a moment. Alright, so back on, and I'm actually using my Xbox because my PlayStation wanted to update, but it's a really nice TV. It's a Sony, one of the last Sony 4Ks from a couple years ago. Really nice quality, really enjoy that TV. Got that on a Facebook deal, oddly enough. 65 inches, perfect size to fit in this room, in my opinion. Down here is a Asus ROG Fire Legend widescreen TV. I originally got this to do work from my laptop for school. My wife thought it was too big for the area that we used it for, so I converted it into a second monitor. Down here are my fantastic green, jungle green, blue, and watermelon. This fireplace actually does heat up. It's not an actual fireplace, obviously, but it does have LEDs and all this stuff. I've had that for years. And again, my Series X is on with Master Chief guarding it. A bunch of controllers. Finally got the Master Chief one last year, so I was really happy to add that. And then that Sea of Thieves controller I actually got in Ontario 4 years ago, the last time I was in Canada. Bunch of just random stuff thrown down there. Yeah, really cool. And then onto my Xbox and PlayStation collection. I'll start off with the Xbox. Master Chief, huge inspiration for me getting back into gaming. Me and my buddies used to do LAN parties back in the day. A lot of people my age, mid or late 30s, early 40s, have that experience. So Master Chief will always be an important factor for gaming for me. So I made a little shrine to highlight Master Chief and the Xbox console. I do think Xbox is probably the console I play most of for between that and PlayStation 5. Even though I do have to admit PlayStation 5 probably has better games, I just don't have as much time to play games. Has some more Halo Master Chief collectibles and stuff down here. I also think, so that one I think I bought here. That crystal blue or crystal case for the Xbox I bought on the border of Ontario and Michigan, and I literally picked up right before I went home about 5 years ago. Over here is my PlayStation collection. Those are limited run games. Nothing crazy. There is my eye in the sky. I do have multiple cameras down here because I do have a lot of expensive stuff. Some collector's editions here. Some waifu stuff that I actually never played. Some of my PlayStation 5 games. Even though these say PS4, these all have been upgraded to PlayStation 5 versions of the games. I do need to play Tales of Rise at some point. I bought Kenya for my wife, and hopefully she'll enjoy it. And then again, I got some pretty decent PlayStation 4 games. It is actually a sleeper console, even though it was one of the best-selling consoles of all time. I do think collecting for it, if you want to collect, this will have a lot of value added on in the years. Some of the bigger hitters I have is the Gravity Rush remastered right there. I don't have any, like, I do have some decent games. Again, the Tales series down there. I would say the Ys and the Yakuza collector's pieces down there are pretty decent games. But yeah, they're just really consistent and good games for the PlayStation. Give a look at this wall real quick. It's my championship belt. I've had that. My wife bought that for me a while ago. Love it. Obviously, it's a while ago. It says World Heavyweight Championship. They haven't had that for a while. And here's some random stuff. I don't have space for the Ghostbusters collection I used to have. So I might do a giveaway for that. I do have almost a full set of this series when I was into collecting games. That is a webcomic that I wrote for a couple years. And this is just some merchandise from it left over. Alright, just a second. I just need to move some things around. Originally, this was going to be a theater room. So my wife bought that at the old house, prepping for a theater room. We never did. And I do love a Goofy movie. One of my 90s guilty pleasures. So I do have a couple of posters or framed pictures of a Goofy movie. And that is a bit version of me when, again, for my webcomic I did a while ago. My Turtles collection is pretty big. Got a lot of Funkos, a couple of the original series like the Splitter here. Got some okay value pieces here. Shredder right there from the original series. And then those are more the movie versions. 8-bit, Michelangelo. That is a complete in box party van. Party van right there from 2011. So this is not the newest reprint, but it is a reprint nonetheless. I got that Shredder, Super Shredder from GameStop for like $10. Toka and Razor from the second movie. And again, obviously big Turtles fan. Got a lot of Funkos. And then Powerline up there just randomly. He goes with the Goofy movie stuff, obviously. But I also have the party van for the Complete Classic series. This is where we keep our movies. It does go too deep. We probably don't use DVD at all anymore. Because it's all like stream, and I do have digital versions of a lot of these, not all of them. So some of these will be nice to whip out every once in a while when I have time. But with me being in school for a while, I don't really have time. Now this is the rest of my Xbox collection. The original Xbox down here is, by count of games, I believe is second behind the Switch. The 360 is third behind, obviously, the Switch and the original Xbox. And then Xbox One, I do have some physical games for that as well. So going through, that Alan Wake is from my dive days. And then the Bioshock 2 my buddy gave me when we worked at Target together. A bunch of just random stuff. The Master Chief Collection, obviously near and dear to the heart. I do have the collector's edition of this game over by my arcade machine, which I'll show in a little bit. And then the only game that isn't like super like normal is the Mutants in Manhattan Turtles game, which is actually decently fun. I wouldn't say it's great, but it is decently fun. Down here are my PlayStation or Xbox 360 games. There's some decent ones like the Last Remnant, Blue Dragon's pretty fun, Nier is okay. The Orange Box, it's a blast. Halos, and a bunch of Nickel Fritz, as some people would say. But actually, I got rid of a decent chunk of this Nickel Fritz, and I have an okay 360 collection. For it being such a big thing of me getting back into gaming, I'm not a 360 collector at all. Actually, I was a huge 360 fan for that generation, but the longer the generation's been out, I'm actually a PlayStation 3 fan. This is supposed to be Master Chief guarding this. I don't know what happened to that. But my original Xbox collection, I was going to go for a complete original Xbox collection, but decided against that because I felt like I had a lot of the good games and I don't need a lot of the garbage. And there's still a ton of garbage in here. There's about 250 games in this one, and there's a lot of garbage. But there's a lot of decent games like the Hit and Run, Digimon Rumble Arena 2 is okay. Castlevania, Psyops is one of the overlooked gems. Obviously, ton of Halo games and different variations of Halo games. Crash, Panzer Dragoon, and then just a bunch of those are disc only, obviously, and these are just the garbage shovelware. Yeah, a couple big box PC games randomly thrown in there. And then here is another stack of NECA. These are the Turtles in Time collection, which is basically complete besides I think I sold Aragon. Other than that, I just found that like a couple weeks ago. So yeah. Okay, I'm going to speed this up a little bit. Wii U Kiosk, same thing. Been there for a while. You got some anime figures on there, just randomly. A couple Zelda things. The goal at some point is to add this into the box as well. Have a Switch, and then have my modded Wii U, which is where Wii with the hard drive in there, so I can play a little bit more games and use the sensor bar and all that fun stuff. Just haven't gotten to that project yet, so at some point I'll be able to play light guns on this, and that is the goal. I'm pretty sure, I don't know if I bought that one or if CJR's gifted that one to me. I know I bought one and CJR gifted something to me. I'm pretty sure that one's gifted by Charlie, and I appreciate that. We've tried to give each other's things back and forth whenever I'm over in Kitchener, which I will be in Kitchener next week. So yeah, here is my my big Zelda shrine / 3DS display. A lot of this is from when the displays are when I dived and all that stuff back in the day. The Wii U, which is still in it's in the box now. That one's in the box as well. The only one I took out of the box is this one because that is in my travel case, because I modded it and put like all the 3DS and DS games I want in there. Never opened special edition of the Switch. Here, never opened those Joy-Cons as well. Got some more goodies. Again, another thing I bought, and I believe I bought that in Mississauga at a flea market. Pretty good deal. Down here, more Zelda stuff. This was a limited, or this was a European pre-order gift or whatever. That Wind Waker HD's never been opened. Went through. a lot of Zelda stuff. Down here is where I have my Ghostbusters collection. Still got some Funkos and cool stuff here. I just didn't have enough room for the actual figures. And then down there, you can see graded books and figures of the Power Rangers, Red Ranger, White Ranger, Tiger Power, and then the Green Ranger. Obviously, Tommy, Jason David Frank passed away recently, which is why I'm highlighting that a little bit more. I was actually more of a Jason fan growing up. Onto this countertop arcade that does work. It's just super freaking loud, and I don't have the remote to change the volume, so I just left that alone. Some overflow Zelda collection stuff, all functional work. There is a really cool, that actually is a glow-in-the-dark comic book cover, and then there's a pretty cool Ghostbusters art. A couple random toy displays that actually do have the toys inside of it. I just bought them out when they were in clearance. I don't know what I'm gonna ever do with them. Over here, some more just collectible stuff. Yeah, over here is some of my vintage TMNT figures on a display. There's that PlayStation 2 that will probably never leave its box again. And then some more TMNT figures again. About a year ago, I got super heavy into collecting for the TMNT. There is a Ni no Kuni. I got the European version of the collector's edition there. Box PSP with a PSP1 or PS1 screen, and then Vita box. The Vita's not in there. I will show you where the Vita is in just a second. Ni no Kuni 2 display. Probably knows there's a couple random speakers there. Yeah, I really have no need for them, but I don't want to get rid of them. Here is my PlayStation 4 display. Actually, if you notice right there, I do have the VR hooked up, so I can actually play VR from here. That was something that took a little bit of time to get going, but I finally did. And yes, oddly enough, I do have my Days of Play PlayStation in there. Probably not the best idea for a kiosk, but I really have no use for the Days of Play other than that, and I don't really want to get rid of it. So that's the VR. I have it set up here, so you literally just pop it on, the cords and stuff go there, and you can play VR right in the middle of the ground, or middle of the area here. Right here is my Dreamcast kiosk. I still do need a piece for that, but for now, it is what it is. For a while, again, my daughter is a Demon Slayer, so I'll probably end up getting those figures to her because I really don't need them in the game room anymore. There is a cocktail cabinet here. There's my patio door. And then over here is my Coca-Cola cooler. I was able to get that from a store, and yeah, I love it. It works really well. If you're wondering why I have Miller Lite and Coors Light, is the company I work for distributes Coors Light and Miller Lite, and technically I probably they don't distribute those, but those are ones that we bought for my friends when they helped us move. Got some wrestling Funkos up here. One that really stands out is the Fiend. That's pretty dope. Undertaker's pretty cool. The Macho Man. Oh yeah, that was actually a really good Macho Man. I'm not gonna lie. So this is the collector's edition of the Marvel vs. Capcom on top of the Marvel Superhero cabinet. This was 100% original, and I bought this with my wife about 6 years ago, and then I put a Pandora's box in there, so it has, you know, over 1,000 games set on free play. My Blitz cabinet. This is a beast. It's heavy, but it's super fun to play, and I should play it more often. Over here is my little mini pinball. I want to get rid of it and get a digital, bigger pinball. My wife is fighting me on that right now. There is barroom TV, which I'll get to in a second. So I actually want to move over here, take you with me over here. I will highlight my Pokemon area a little bit more in a separate video, but I do grade and sell Pokemon cards to help fund more Pokemon product for me and my daughter to open. We do open Pokemon cards, but also to fund other things. Like I'm actually looking to get a new truck soon, so I'm kind of might be doing a series based off of that. I don't know if I'll do it on this channel or not, but it's not fully complete because I have a whole bunch of cards. I got about 80 cards getting graded right now, and then I'll put these shelves a little bit together. They're a little bit more together, and we'll do a separate video for this collection. Over here are the arcade 1-ups. These really haven't changed from the old house, just less crowded over here. Nothing up there. Got a rug right there I got off of Facebook for about $5. So I do have a full kitchen in here, bar area. The service book will be kind of powering that TV. Haven't set it up yet, but I'll kind of use that as kind of like the media for this. And a huge part of why I wanted a TV here is when me and my family play darts. We're a huge dart family, and this dartboard probably gets the most use from the game room than anything. So when we throw darts, we can watch our hockey games. My in-laws are huge hockey fans. They are actually related to a Bruins player, and they are Bruins fans, and that sucks because I am a Maple Leaf and Wild fan. So we get into it all the time about hockey, and it's fun to get into it with them. So over here is kind of my sports shrine. I'm from Minnesota, born and raised. Obviously, I'm a huge fan of Canada and Canadian things. I was a fan before of the Maple Leafs before they won the championship. I do want to make that clear. They're still they're not my number one team, but they are, two and a half. I was a big fan of them when Vince Carter was my favorite basketball player after Michael Jordan. So yeah, got some hockey cards up here from Tim Hortons and some phenoms and stuff like that. Some Kaprizov, and then I got some Patty Mahomes, Josh Allen, some football stuff here. And then lastly, again, because me and my family overdo things all the time, this is supposed to be like the bar area, and here, my daughter's not a big sports fan, so over here for her, this TV or this laptop, which I'm kind of burnt out for gaming purposes and what I was originally using it for school and stuff like that. So I repurposed it into a media PC, and this has like a whole bunch of my anime on here, my daughter's anime, so she can watch anime while we watch sports on the other TV. And then some random stuff in here to close out the video. Got a Kindle where it has my digital comics, some sports stuff. D'Angelo Russell got that from going to a suite, and he was literally traded the next game, so it was pretty funny. I knew that was going to happen. I freaking called it that he was going to get traded the next game, and he did. Some superhero stuff down there, and then down in those bins are my darts. And let's go finish wrapping this up. Alright, this is the end of my room tour. I want to know what you guys think. And for people that were waiting for me to do an updated video and more content on this channel, again, I apologize. Part of it is I was going to move this channel into a different direction to involve my family a little bit more. My daughter decided she didn't want to be on camera like that, so I respected her wishes. A part of it too is I going to school, finishing up my degree and then going for my master's. It's been taking some time. I've been doing extra certificates and stuff like that. I really want to pad my resume to be able to work a job I really want to and have nothing holding me back. So I've been doing a lot of schooling. I've been in school for a while, between schooling, family, moving twice, and then painting and doing all this stuff. It's been a lot of stuff going on in the life. Luckily, my schedule will be slowing down a little bit, so I'm really glad to be able to share a little bit more content and some like hobbies with people. It's been a while since I've connected with some buddies of mine, and I'm really excited to be going on vacation soon. So if you're in the Ontario area and I haven't actually connected with you as well, feel free to message me, comment on Instagram or on here, and hopefully we can meet up. Other than that, thank you for watching. Until next time, obviously I still have things to fix in here, and the game room is always in progress. So until next time, keep getting your game on. Peace.